All right, we have Jeff Linder from Grand Canyon University. He's our local admissions rep here in Salem, and he's going to be talking about GCU in Arizona. Thanks,
Perfect.
Jeff.
Yeah, thanks for coming today. So my name's Jeff. I'm GCU's admissions counselor for the area. I've been working for Grand Canyon almost 11 years now, so hopefully I can be a resource for you. I'm local, which is kind of unique, and most people like fly in from where they're at. So if you apply to Grand Canyon, I sit down, I meet with you. We're kind of full service that way. So with GCU, we're in Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix, it's a pretty large city. We were founded in 1949, so we're a private Christian interdenominational, meaning we're not affiliated with any different organization. We were founded in 1949. We have about 25,000 kids on our campus on 300 acres, so it's a pretty decent-sized campus. Come on in. Pretty decent-sized campus in Phoenix. So we're in the middle of West Phoenix. So Phoenix, it's the second largest, or it's one of the largest metropolitan cities in the nation, and so we're definitely an urban campus, but we're in a residential area, so it has a better feel to it, which is helpful. Okay, so academic overview. We have 9 different colleges in Grand Canyon. So I actually have 10 different colleges. We just separated our College of Science, Engineering, Technology out. So we have a College of Engineering and Technology and then a Natural Sciences program, so that's turned into 2 now. So for engineering, like we have traditional engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and then aerospace engineering, which is really cool. But if you take a look at the programs, so for the other aspect of the natural sciences program, we have like pre-medicine, pre-physician's assistants, pre-pharmacy, pre-vet, pre-dental, so your medical-based programs. Humanities and social sciences, psychology, sociology, criminal justice. A really popular one lately has been forensic psychology, so like the psychology of violence and aggression, and a couple other things in that program. College education, so we offer traditional education programs like primary education, secondary education, special education. On arts and media programs, so vocal, theater, drama majors, digital film, digital production, so your arts-based programs. We have a doctoral college, and then our business college is kind of like a niche at Grand Canyon. We're the Jerry Colangelo College of Business, so we specialize in sports and entertainment management. So if you're thought like, I'm interested in like sports marketing, sports advertising, we're pretty well set up in Phoenix in that we have different connections with the local teams like the Arizona Diamondbacks, the Arizona Cardinals. We have the Waste Management Open for golf down there. And so there's a lot of different connections that students have to get network in there. Jerry Colangelo, he's the guy who's on the business college. He used to head up USA Basketball. So anytime we had like a men's or women's national team, he was the one putting it together. So really big in the sports space, but also like your traditional business programs, administration, management, finance, accounting, entrepreneurial studies. Have you guys seen those like big hats that people wear at sporting events? They're called, I'm blanking the word now, but it's like 5 times the size of a traditional baseball cap. That's a GCU company, so those things are made or produced out of Grand Canyon's campus, which is really nice. And then also too, I learned that we have this lady in our startup space on campus where all of the jerseys for like the Arizona Diamondbacks and the LA Dodgers come through there, and they get the special embroidery done on GCU's campus. So it's really cool, like we have those connections. And then we have a college of theology, and then probably our most known college is our nursing program. And so we have a BSN, a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing, and that's definitely a very popular program. What are you thinking about studying?
Sorry, I'm a teacher.
Okay. Okay, gotcha. Okay,
I was
perfect.
on your campus.
You're all set to go then.
I was on your campus last year during the National Institute for Cybersecurity Education K-12 conference.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. And so that's like in our College of Engineering Technology, like they have those. A lot of times you're like hands-on resources. The Cybersecurity Center on campus is really cool because they have those programs to set up. Yeah, it's a cool program that they have.
Jeff, do you have aviation?
We don't have aviation, so that's a tough one. In Arizona, there's Embry-Riddle, and so I think Embry-Riddle has the dominant aviation program down there, and so I don't think we've gone into that space. But I was telling the student here that we just launched aerospace engineering in our engineering program, which is big too. So that's kind of one of the pivots that we've started. A lot of different majors and programs. If I had to give you like our top 5 majors, I'd say business, let's say generic business like accounting, finance, management. Nursing's probably number 2 on there. We do a lot of pre-medicine, then I would say like psychology, and then maybe engineering. So we're trying to bolster our engineering numbers on campus. The program's ABET accredited, so that's probably like the gold standard for engineering programs. So we have all our accreditation for that as well. Okay, do you guys offer classes here as far as like dual enrollment courses through, I guess it'd be Chemeketa or maybe Western.
Yeah, Willamette Promise.
Okay, yeah, Willamette Promise, perfect. Yeah, so we accept most of those credits, right? So like your entry level courses, like your Writing 121, your Math 111, those will all transfer over to Grand Canyon, if you pass over the C or higher. So we're trying to get as many students in, not as many students in, but as many credits in as possible to get our students through quicker. We just rolled out this program called Summer Accelerator, where if you live on campus for the summer, we'll pay for your housing. So it's a really cool opportunity. Like you can take our discounted summer rate. So GCU is actually trying to get kids in and out in quicker than 4 years. Ideally 3.5 to 3 years is what we're targeting. The campus down in Phoenix, it's new and modern, and so it's set up like a resort. So we have swimming pools, it's a gated campus. I'm gonna go to this next slide here and show you. As far as the housing goes at Grand Canyon, all of it's suite style. So when you come in, for the dorms on the right side, there's a common living area, and you have a little kitchenette, dinette, and then a place to hang out. And then after that, like off to each side, you have your dorm room. And so you have your own bed, desk, and then your own bathroom, shower, and closet in your room. So it's super helpful. You're not sharing a bathroom with like 50 other people, just 1 or 2 other people. And then on the left, we have apartment style options for students. So you have your own room if like sharing a room is not something you want to do. So we offer this to all incoming students. We see about 70% of our students live on campus from start to completion. And so the other thing with most of our programs is that the way we schedule them, you're looking at maybe like a 3.5 year completion timeline because we schedule 16 credits per semester, so 4 classes. If you do that, you get through 120 credits in less than 4 years, which is helpful. But the housing's really nice, and we don't charge an arm and a leg. Like for our less expensive option, the triple, we're only charging like $4,200 per year, and that's super affordable. The apartment's about $8,300 this last year. Dorms, the middle option, you're looking at about $6,300, which is, I think, wildly affordable compared to like a lot of stuff that's out there. As far as dining goes, Chick-fil-A is definitely the big draw on campus. We have 2 locations. A lot of things that students would like, Taco Bell, or you would recognize. We have Student Union on campus. It's kind of a smaller offering, but you can still get like a 1 tray of food option, right, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So a lot of different food options on campus that are available to eat. And then, like I said, GCU is all in one area, so everything's on the campus. I've got a picture of the whole campus here from a bird's eye view. Maybe I mentioned this earlier, but we see 70% of our students live on campus, which is kind of unique. And like, most kids live on campus for a year and then they move off. At Grand Canyon, it's a little bit different. I think it kind of speaks to the student culture and like events that are going on campus for you to participate in. Okay, so athletics. So this one, let's see here. We have Division I athletics in Grand Canyon. So we're in the Western Athletic Conference. We're moving to the West Coast Conference apparently this next year, which is the conference that Gonzaga plays in, and Oregon State and Washington State are playing in for 1 more year next year before they make their full transition in 26. So next year you could see Grand Canyon here in Corvallis, or in Corvallis down the road, which is really nice. So we have 21 NCAA programs, most things except for football and wrestling. Probably the biggest programs in Grand Canyon are basketball. Our basketball program has done pretty well. Men's volleyball made the Final Four last year, which is super impressive. And then our softball team did really well. They made the NCAA tournament, and then our baseball team did as well too. So some pretty up-and-coming programs. But like with most sports, right, NCAA sports are kind of like a pyramid, right? Like only a certain percentage is to play at the top. But there's a lot of kids that play sports, right, and want to continue doing that. So we have a pretty active club sports program where you can play other colleges' club teams. You get to travel. We have athletic trainers. We have modern facilities. And so it's kind of a nice option for students who are looking for competitive options on campus, but maybe don't want to do it or can't do it at the NCAA level. And then lastly, we have intramural sports. So like if you want to hang out with your friends, we have all these different intramural things going on. My favorite's Battleship, where they take a bunch of canoes and they put them in the pool. You try to sink somebody else's canoe. So we try to take advantage of the nice weather down there. Flag football, we have our own golf course at GCU. So if you like golf, you certainly know, there's a lot of golf going down there. We offer competitive, recreational, and co-ed leagues. So always something to do on campus. Our largest club on campus right now is our esports program, and so they have a really nice arena that they play in. So a lot of different things that students can do, from athletic to non-athletic. This is a picture of the campus. So this is the best picture that I found to kind of show you like where GCU sits, and it's kind of hard, right? You get lost in it, but basically with the campus, it's all set up in one area on 300 acres. You can see like we have a healthy mix of dorms, parking garages, and then of like different academics. Most of the academics are kind of up here in the front. We have over 30 dorms spread out through GCU's campus, and so it is kind of nice because everything is in one area, and so you don't have to leave. The campus is gated. You know, Phoenix is a big city. We take safety seriously down there, so that's one of the nice things is that you don't really have to leave campus. But also too, if you want to, you know, downtown Phoenix isn't too far away, and so it's pretty close. The airport's maybe 15 minutes away, and maybe it's hard to see on the screen here, but like Tempe is just over here off the horizon. You can't really see it on that end. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff to do in Phoenix: dining, hiking, shopping, festivals, you name it. It's a pretty metropolitan city with stuff to do. Okay, affordability. This is huge, and this has been a big draw. So we haven't raised our tuition in 16 years, and every year I come up here and say, you know, it's been 15 years, you know, 14, 15, 16, and I've really been impressed by the lack of tuition increases over that time, right? Like 16 years ago, what were you doing? You're probably like 1 or something like that too. Yeah, it's just wild to see that. And so GCU, we're committed to making private Christian education affordable. And basically everything we do is geared around that. And you know, there's things that we can control, like our tuition price. There's things we can't control, like inflation, right? The cost of living. And so we see like small percentages in change for like our dorm rooms every year. But like overall, you know, we've been pretty stable. And so the affordability conversations I've had with parents have stayed the same over the last, you know, few years. So we give out academic scholarships based on your grade point average. This is the scholarship chart we have. It's our early action scholarship chart through December 31st. So for students who commit by December 31st, this is what we're offering. I saw an updated scholarship chart for after the 31st, and I believe the scholarships come down $200 to $300. So it's not a huge difference, but we're trying to incentivize, you know, students to move through earlier in the process. So we go off based off your grade point average or your test scores. Are you planning on taking the SAT or the ACT? Okay, nice. Yeah, I know the SAT had kind of died out for a couple years, right? It's coming back a little bit. I've seen more ACT here in Oregon than I have ever seen before this year, but we can either go off your grades or your test scores, so one or the other. To maintain your scholarship, all you have to do is keep a 2.0 grade point average at Grand Canyon, so we're not asking you to do anything super crazy. So this is the scholarship chart we have right now. Okay, so it's free to apply to Grand Canyon, and let me preface this for a second. We have this program called Discover, where we fly high school seniors down to campus. So we pay for your plane ticket, we put you up in the dorms for the night, we give you a meal card to eat with on campus, and we can fly you out of Eugene, which is super helpful. Is it quicker to go to Eugene or Portland from Dallas, would you say? About a draw?
Yeah, draw.
Yeah.
Can you fly out of the Salem airport? That just
You know, I wish, right? You can fly to Vegas out of Salem right now. I don't think we can do connections out, but I've been waiting for that to happen because if we could fly out of Salem, my job would be way easier. So this year, if you fly out of Eugene, you can spend 2 nights on campus. If you fly out of Portland, it's 1 night. You know, I don't know why they do that. It's because the flight times are later in Eugene, and so you get an extra day on campus, which is nice. But again, like we pay for your plane ticket, we put you up in the dorms, you get to meet other students. Like it's a really cool way to like meet other kids who are looking at college and give you some perspective on what's out there. To come on Discover, you need to apply to Grand Canyon. It's free to apply. You know, maybe it takes 10 to 15 minutes. There's no essay and there's no application fee, which is helpful. So we're saving you a little bit of money there when you're looking at applying to different colleges. And then with these Discover dates, they're going on all, I guess we're like late fall and winter and then into spring. So basketball is just starting up here in a couple weeks. And so if you're on campus during a basketball game, you come to a basketball game, which is really nice. We also offer a travel reimbursement. So a lot of times when parents are looking at GCU or students are looking at Grand Canyon, I'm like, hey, are you going to be involved in the decision process? And some parents are like, yeah, some parents are no. And so if your parents want to come down and tour as well, instead of us doing the booking, like we would reimburse you guys $650 for 2 plane tickets total to fly down a tour at Grand Canyon. So it's like either we do the booking and logistics of getting you there, or you do it, stay in Phoenix for as long as you want, and then get reimbursed at the end of your trip. Does that make sense? So 2 different ways to get you down to campus. Yeah, so that's mainly what I have to say here. And then also too, we fly staff and faculty down. I think Bill can talk to this. Like it's a pretty cool program. I've got a couple schools that come each year. You know, it's really good for perspective on seeing like what GCU is doing. I think that we offer a really good product for our students. And again, like without having raised tuition, I think we're pretty committed to try to keep it as affordable as we can. So that's my contact information. Like I said, I'm local. So if you apply to Grand Canyon, I'm going to meet with you and your parents, can get you down on a trip. And like, I think we understand like you can't just drive down to Phoenix, right? You could. It takes like maybe a day, 2 days. So it's our way to get kids down to campus to see if GCU is going to be a good fit. That's my spiel for you guys.